looks like this individual in particular has been sent in by their family. Okay, that's pretty usual at this rate. We've got notes here on... Okay, so let me just make some notes of my own. Underline that, sent in by family. Concerned about short form content consumption. Doesn't seem to be able to pay attention to anyone or anything longer than 30 seconds. Alright, well that would be quite a severe case, but I do find that family members' assumptions of the situation might be a little overblown. We'll see. Hi there. It is so nice to meet you. Where are you? Well, that is a lovely question. I am sure you have many questions, but all you really need to know right now is that we are a clinic that specializes in brain resets. No, not that kind of brain reset. We can specifically target certain sections of the brain. We're not trying to wipe it. We're not trying to reset the entirety of who you are. We are just trying to target those very small sectors. The word reset really is a good way to describe what we do. We're just setting things back at base zero, not as in your personality, your interests, your likes, your dislikes. Think more so in, just think of it in the same way that you would in taking content. We go ahead, come in, wipe the slate clean so that you can experience everything fresh and new again. Right. It looks like from your notes your family did recommend you to us. Yes. Have you had any issues lately with family relationships? I do tend to find that is a big indicator of what the actual severity of the situation is whether or not you found there have been issues or if it's just you've been submitted to us by family for potentially other reasons. So you do feel like there's been some strain. Okay, wonderful. Well, not wonderful, but it's good for me to note. All right. Now, as we go along, I do want you to be completely informed of what is happening. I won't give you any treatment that you have not been informed and consented to, as well as this entire thing is completely voluntary on your behalf. Your family did send you to us, but you staying here is totally up to you. So if you feel as if you are completely happy and healthy and are fine with the way things are, you are more than welcome to be on your way right now. We will not hold you here against your will, okay? Okay, perfect. I'm glad you understand. And then again, at any point, if you feel as though some of the treatment is something that you're not completely interested in, not totally sure about, we will go ahead and stop that at any time. Okay, perfect. All right, well, if you are okay with that, I am just going to pull up a form here with your file information on it. Okay, and I'm just going to pass this along to you and have you sign here, just saying that I have gone over the informed consent procedure with you, and I will go ahead and send a copy of this to you if you would like for your records as well, okay? Okay, wonderful. Yep, just right there. Perfect, thank you so much. I'll take that back now, and I will just save this on our records here. I'd hate to go through all that trouble and just have it deleted out of the system. Oh, it's happened. It has happened. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and make a note over here in your other chart for us. Yes, you do have multiple charts. Well, you see, working in healthcare, it would make too much sense if the charts communicated, so we have two separate charts and put notes to reference the other one. All right, excuse me for one moment. Okay, subject has signed informed consent. document can be found in database under file number 42069. Wonderful. Okay. So, do you have any questions for me before we begin today? Yes. Okay. Like I said, I am more than happy to go over everything with you in depth. If at any point you feel uneasy or uneducated on what's happening, I'm more than happy to stop. Okay. Wonderful. Yes, I will go ahead. I'll just make a note to describe everything and why we're doing it to you for each step then. Okay. I most certainly can do that, and I'm more than happy to do so. We want all of our subjects, our clients, to leave our brain clinic feeling happy and satisfied and really rejuvenated by the reset that they got here today. I know the words brain and reset can be really intimidating, so we're really trying to recoin that and turn it into a positive thing for our members. Perfect, okay. Just put this note here for us. Okay, save that away. Okay, so first thing is first, I am just pulling up a list of a few questions here I have for you. I'm going to go ahead and get you hooked up to some of our machinery if that's okay with you. Nothing invasive, it'll just involve putting a cap over your head so that my sensors can better sense those neural pathways, sense what's going on inside that brain of yours, and then it will communicate to my tablet here, and I'll have specific things light up or triggered based on your individual responses, okay? Wonderful. You set this aside for now. Okay, so first thing is first, before I even begin to hook you up to all of our machines here, I want to make sure we both maintain good hygiene practices, and I'm going to put some gloves on for us. Wonderful. Do you have any latex allergies by chance? No? Okay, perfect. I will just... And glove number 2 here. My goodness, we ordered them in smalls. They are quite tight little boogers. Okay, so I am going to start with this. They are individually packaged and wrapped for maximum sanitary purposes here. And as I mentioned before, this is just a cap that's going to go right on top of your little noggin there to help hold any hair back, make sure I maintain a good connection with the machines. We don't need to shave your head by using this. If we didn't use this to hold the hair down, then we would probably have to shave a few sections, and we found that tends to panic most of our clients. So, these have worked marvelously. Okay. Just get that open here. Wonderful. Set that aside. Okay. Now this is a one-size-fits-all style of cap, so if at any point in having this on your head, if you find it brings discomfort, please let me know and I can definitely see if there's something we can do about that, okay? Haven't had anyone complain yet, but I would much rather be safe than sorry. These are made of the top quality materials. Lots of stretch for your comfort. I'm just going to slide this on over your head and just... Is it okay if I touch you to move some hair around? Perfect, thank you. Okay, let me just slide this back here. Don't want anything getting in the way. Wonderful. And then I'm going to go ahead and slide this over the top. Okay, perfect. Alright, yep, just like that. Just like that, right there. Okay. Yep, I'm just gonna... I guess it is a little bit of a tight squeeze here, but I think we can manage. Okay, that big noggin of yours. Alright, and we're just going to slide that around your ear right there. And all of the bang hair tucked in as well. Don't want any of that sneaking out and interfering with the machine, so we're going to be hooking up to you today. That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. You're doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for your cooperation today. Okay. Okay, is that comfortable for you? Perfect. Alright, I will go ahead and grab the next piece of the machine, and I'll explain that as we go too. So, this device here will be going on top of your head. And as you can see, it has each little individual node here that I will be ensuring is properly attached and has a good contact to you. And then this here is where the majority of the sensors lie that will communicate to my tablet. Oh no, of course it doesn't have wires. We're mostly wireless here. Okay, and then if you're okay with it, I'll just go ahead and pop that right on your noggin. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to separate these out for us. Don't want to stab an eye out or anything. Okay. And we'll just set that over the top like so. Okay. I'm just going to arrange these very carefully. Over your head here, ensuring that each little node is attached and in the proper place. Okay, that looks good. That one looks good. Okay, this one on your forehead right here, is that a good amount of pressure, or are you finding it's causing discomfort? Good amount of pressure. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Let me check my tablet, make sure that's all communicating, okay? Okay, so let's just... Okay, node. Okay, that one over there. Let's get that one. Looks like... Perfect, got that one. I think it's just... Oh, I think it's that one in the back, really. That isn't perfect. Okay, just hold on here. Let me just... Perfect. Wonderful. All of them are online for us. Okay. Alright, now that that is set aside, the last step here is just going to be a bit of material that I wrap around your head over the spots that we have each of those individual nodes. It helps with the conduction of the various different sensors and just making sure that I really am able to capture all of those different electric signals of the brain that it's sending throughout the testing process, as well as it just helps hold the nodes down, okay? Alright, wonderful. So I'll just begin wrapping it around you. Okay. So we're just going to start over here and gently wrap it around like that, holding it in place here, just above your forehead there. Just going to take the material back here and wrap it there. Okay, and I'm going to come back around on this side, wrapping it. I really want to make sure I get that specific node there. Okay, and then the same thing over here, just wrapping that, making sure I've got that one covered. Okay, nothing's too tight right now. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and tuck that underneath there for us. Okay, and then I'm going to give some firm pressure around where we've got those, so it just holds tight here. Okay, good job. Okay, you're doing wonderfully. I just need to make sure that I have applied an appropriate amount of pressure all the way around your head so that that conductive wire sticks, okay? It's not a wire, it's more like a conductive foam, but just want to make sure it stays put for us. Just apply a decent amount of pressure there, making sure really press into the forehead there for you. If you wouldn't mind, if you could just kind of press against my hands here. Okay, wonderful, thank you. I just want to make sure that the entirety of the conductive foam is properly applied and sitting. That looks great. Does it feel comfortable still? Okay, good. Just one last check here. Just really making sure. Okay. Perfect. Looks great. Again, I'm just going to check my tablet over here. Make sure that all of the wires are still attached. Make sure that with the conductive foam on there that I do see a spike in those signals. Alrighty, so let's see. The one I was most worried about was that one in the back there. Let's check that guy first. Looks like that one is up and firing away for me, and then that one on the forehead there. Wonderful. Sides. Okay, just check that one on the side here. Was giving me some trouble earlier, so that doesn't surprise me that that one's acting up now. Just angle it out a little bit more. There we are. Okay. And looks like the rest of them are up and firing properly. So let me set this down over here. Alright, I think we are ready to get started. Do you have any questions currently about what's going on right now or the next steps? So the next phase of what we'll be doing today is I'm just going to ask a few quick questions, maybe get some visual prompts from you, some baselines if you will, and then I will check the readings over here, and from the kinds of questions and the kinds of prompts that we have, we can normally get a pretty good idea where you're sitting, what kind of a brain reset you might need or potentially not need in your case, okay? Lovely. Let me go ahead and make some notes here just about our machine set up, and then I will go ahead and get started with those questions. Okay, so machines, subject does not claim any discomfort. Let's see. Node inside was giving some trouble. Might need to eval for replacement. this back up here for us. Okay, so first thing is first here. Let me go ahead and grab my handy dandy little light here. So I'm going to shine this light. Let me just show you what it looks like. Not too bad, right? Okay, perfect. I'm going to get a good look in your eyes here as, again, a baseline of what I'm looking at normally. And then I'm going to ask you one of these questions and see where your pupils go from there, alright? Okay, so again, just a little bit of a bright light, not too bad. Okay. Good. And then this side. Like I mentioned, I am just studying how your pupils react to that. Okay. Could you look up for me, please? Thank you. Okay, and down. Okay, and look directly at my nose for me. Okay, and over here. Okay, and over here. Okay, and then if you could just follow the light with your eyes, please. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. Okay, so we had a good baseline there. Now, I am just going to, again, shine this, just like that, while I ask you a question, okay? Now, this one's a little bit of a throwback, so it's okay if you don't recognize it, but truly, we like to start out with one that we know everyone tends to have a good idea of to get, again, a baseline of what your receptors react to. Okay, wonderful. Okay, when I say the words, "Oh no," fascinating. "Oh no," "Oh no, 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 no." Just as I suspected, we have some minor pupil dilation and looks like a reaction from our machines here. Okay. That will definitely score you a few points there. So, subject did respond. I'd rate that as a 7 out of 10. 10 reaction. Oh, a 10 would be if you couldn't have helped but sing along with it. We have had several of those. Okay. Alright, perfect. Set that aside for now. So next I'm going to do a quick visual test, we'll call it. I want you to tell me if anything happens when I point. Fascinating. lit up like a Christmas tree. That one's always a fun one. I always want to ask what people see when I do that, but it just seems rude, you know? Okay, subject did respond to visual test. It could have been better, but it also could have been much worse. So right now you're doing very well. You seem very middle ground as far as short form content consumption goes. Oh, we test for that specifically because the specific subject matter that your family submitted you for was due to your attention span. You're not being able to pay attention to conversations you were having with them, impacting family relationships, day-to-day responsibilities, love life, work life, etc., so on, so on. So we like to test and see how much your brain lights up when we, cue a few specific things here. Yes, okay. Okay, so how have you been doing paying attention to me this whole time? Have you found your attention kind of flitting in and out a little bit? That's okay. It's totally okay to admit this is a safe space. Now, if I were to do just like a little dance, do you find that this maintains your attention span better or worse? Do you find that you're able to pay attention to the things I'm saying more because I am moving and dancing and holding your attention in such a manner? Or you might say no, but your chart certainly says yes. Fascinating. That is always a good one, no matter how ridiculous I feel. Okay, so dance test was a positive. That particular one is because short form media content tends to require a certain level of body movement in order for it to gain the levels of traction that most individuals want it to. And we have found that you can just dance to about anything and it'll suddenly be entertaining. Positive response to test stimulus, but did not start popping along as some have done previously. Okay. Now, based on how I responded to that one, we can go ahead and skip a few of the other quiz questions here. I am just going to ask you one final question, again, just to see how you light up on here, how you react physically, externally, and yep, see, I've already lost you. It does look like we are having some attention span issues, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Corn. Oh gosh, okay, wow, that's... Yep, that's good, we got it, you can... Oh, that's a lot, okay, that's so much, Okay. I think we're done with my tablet for today, that gives me a pretty good indicator of where we're at. Let me make some notes over here. Okay, so based upon your readings there, I've got the chart notes all created, and from what the machine just gave us, I've got a pretty good idea of what your short form content consumption is and what your attention span is as well, based upon the actual brain readings we received today. The good news is you are doing much better than some. Some can't even hear a full sentence from me and not completely stray attention one way or another. So, good job on that. Now, I think for today we can just do 2, 3, maybe 4, depending on how comfortable you are with it, different treatments to help kind of just reset your brain there, make it so that you are lively and ready to go back out into the world, and that certain words don't ping that kind of emotional response from you when they should in fact not. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of the stuff ready here. Do you have any questions for me before we begin? Okay, you're okay with me just kind of going. Perfect. So, I'm going to begin with some light plant therapy for us. We have found that in most cases, going straight to real plants was a little too shocking for some individuals, so we like to start you out with some fake vine plant therapy, just so that your brain is kind of cued to remember what grass feels like on your feet, on your hands, what plant life looks and could potentially smell like if you interacted with it every once in a while, okay? So I'm just going to gently layer this over you, really let your brain process the sensation that is the leaves touching you. Let me know if you have any questions as we go or any concerns, okay? Okay, there we go. Those. Oh. Okay. There we are. Just grab another one here for us. And just gently drape that across you here. And one more. Okay. Just going to. Okay. How does that feel for you? Your body does seem to be remembering what it's like to touch grass. That's good. That is good. Okay. So let me just. It does seem that you are having some sort of emotional response to being covered in fake leaves. Okay, perfect. I will get these out of your eyes. Okay. I will keep that on your body so that you can just kind of continue to interact with it as you want to. You know, one of the good things about nature is that it doesn't ask to be noticed like a lot of the content we consume does. It doesn't scream at us or yell at us or demand things from us, our time, our algorithm, little points there. It just is, and it will continue to be regardless of whether or not we notice it. So it is good to get out into nature every so often and just be reminded that not everything is about consumption. Okay. So now, with that all tucked back there, and you looking marvelous, I'm going to go ahead and grab our next tool here. And it is this simple device. It is meant to mimic the sound of rainfall without too closely mimicking it. We wouldn't, again, want to shock your system or anything, but I'm just going to hold this over your head like so. Really let you enjoy the sounds, the sensations. If you want to, feel free to close your eyes. That does tend to get better results there, so I'm just going to. Do you remember what rain feels like on your skin? Good, good. You remember what sunshine feels like? That is fantastic. That is a more positive result than I was expecting this in the process. You're doing wonderfully. Well done, well done. Perfect, perfect. You responded very well to that. I'm impressed. Okay, now for you, I think let's see, let me do two more resets here for you. The next one will be a simple mechanic reset. So I'm just going to turn these on and then move them around your head, and you're going to hear some light sounds. These do interact with the machine that is on top there. I'm going to send some pulses, not electricity, nothing that's going to zap you or shock you or anything. Just some very pleasing sounds that help with the reset, okay? Okay, very good, very good. Now I'm going to leave the pulse sensation on in the machine on your head for a bit longer, but these will go away. Okay, so now that we are to the final stages, looks like you're getting a little more relaxed, a little more chilled out, as the neural pathways cleanse themselves, reset themselves, really work on resetting the attention span, resetting notions of what is meant to be consumed and for how long and what is good for us. And then I am just going to go ahead and turn the final machine on that will help to cement this reset in place. You can fall asleep at this point if you would like to. A lot of our clients find that does help the process. So once we're done here, I will just go ahead and remove everything from you, regardless of whether or not you fall asleep, and then we'll leave you in here if you do fall asleep until you're ready to be awake, okay? Okay. Well, just in case you do fall asleep before I have the chance to remove everything, it was absolutely wonderful meeting you here today, and I hope we don't see you again very soon. I hope this brain reset does a lot of good for you for a very long time. Wonderful. Okay. Now, this final machine again works in tandem with the device that's already on top of your head there. It will make that pulsing sensation a little stronger, in a very pleasant sort of way. And this will also provide a little bit of heat as well, give you a nice visual sensation to drift off to.